This is a clip from a recent Pops live stream or video. Make sure you are subscribed so you don't miss the next one.
I promised you guys a review. Let me catch up on a review. Any of you seen this movie or not? I kind of wanted your guys' thoughts. It really talked about it anywhere. So let me see if I can share it.
You contain multitudes, Chuck. Every year that you live, that world will get bigger. It'll be a universe. Isn't that wonderful?
That's good enough. So this is called Life of Chuck. Now, the wife is into Tom Hiddleston. So if you're wondering why I'd even talk about it, let's blame the wife, right? Because she's into Tom Hiddleston. It's an interesting movie. It didn't get any traction. And it's sort of told of this guy, Chuck. And we have sort of like this weird way they handle the timeline out of order. And you're unpacking what's actually going on, who Chuck is. Hiddleston and his character is key to the story, but it really has to do with a lot of other characters and different roles and performances. Here's one of these weird things like, what is going on in this scene? What is the deal with the Chuck? I don't understand. So it takes such a long time to progress. Here's this spontaneous dance sequence that is a highlight of the movie. It's all behind the scenes photos. Ugh. Yeah, Mark Hamill has a role. Lots of promotional photos. Can we just get back to the pictures from the movie, please? Goodness gracious me, these people stink. Hold on. Let's take that down for a second. Let's see if we can get back to the... I can't stand that you try to share photos, but they have to have all these self-indulgent studio things in the mix. It's just an odd film. I don't think it's for the normies. I think that it should have come out during Oscar time, because at least that's when audiences are more interested in something this odd. It's done by Mike Flanagan, who kind of on again, off again does good thing. Like he did Dr. Sleep, and there's a movie called Hush that he did. Oculus. All right. Basically, it's different acts, and they're sort of like out of order with you understanding what is happening. In the film itself is like it's a sweet film. It's an interesting, thought-provoking film. There's Mark Hamill's character. And Mark Hamill just gets to show up and be the grumpy, crotchety guy that he's kind of become. So he didn't really have to act or perform or do anything really out of stretching his legs or anything like that. So yeah, I don't know. Have kind of mixed feelings about it in a lot of ways. I liked it a lot, but I also am not quite sure how I feel about it. So, but yeah, Mark Hamill's in it. Cast is fine. Hiddleston is fine. There's just not a ton. This is like this coming of age piece of the story that kind of ties in later. It was about the mom teaching him to dance, and he had to like ultimately grew up the confidence through this drama class and learn. So it's sort of like a fantasy story about life, appreciating life, enjoying all the moments of life, those kinds of things. And again, I think everything is fine. Look at this, Carl Lumbly. Oh, he's so good. He was good in this. There's the mom, Mia Sara. Let's see. This is Karen Gillan has a small role in this one sequence, and that sequence is the beginning of the movie. So it feels very odd because it has to do with sort of like everything is ending, so you feel like you're in sort of like a multiverse story at first. But it's one of these movies that I think I liked a lot, but I don't think I want to watch it again either. I feel very meh on it. Mrs. is going to want to watch it again. I can tell you, the performances are good enough that I'm more than happy to watch it again. My initial response is a strong 3 out of 5 stars. However, it feels like it's a better movie than that. I just feel like it I don't know that he should have told a nonlinear story, and he should have done it in reverse, because I feel like they're trying to be smarter than they needed to be to tell a story. But I think The Life of Chuck is actually a solid enough film, but it'll be kind of forgotten by the time we get towards any sort of like Oscar recognitions and things like award type things like that. So, but it's a solid movie. And it sort of has some good performances and good moments and decent direction. It has all the elements to be an even better movie, but we'll see how it plays out. It's not, I don't think it's streaming anywhere yet. It took forever for it to land on any streaming, to be honest. We were going to go see it in the theater and then didn't catch it. And I was in trouble for that because I could tell you, I was supposed to go to a screener and we didn't go because I'm not doing screeners very often. So anyway, that's my take on Life of Chuck. Like, it's sort of like better than I feel it is, but it's like one of those things where if I have to be honest, it's more like a 3 out of 5, but I feel like it should be a 4. But it didn't feel that way after my first viewing. So we'll see. That's kind of my initial. I just promised I would do some sort of initial review. And this is like a catch up on all sorts of like things I haven't gotten to, as I talked about before, all things going on. What do I do? How do I navigate this? And I have such a long to-do list.
Multitudes, but it also contains me.
If you are catching this as a clip, make sure you check out the link in the description there to watch the whole Popscast.
Thank you for tuning in. We hope to